Hey, what's up, everybody? This is Gary Holt from Exodus and formerly from Slayer, and you're listening to The Razor's Edge.
Hi, it's Kat from The Razor's Edge. We're here at Bloodstock on Friday and we're here with Flamebearer. How are you guys?
Pretty good. Having a good weekend so far. Sun's out. What can you ask for?
I'm not sunburned yet, so that's a small victory, but I'll take it.
Absolutely.
So you're playing tomorrow?
We are.
How are you guys feeling about that?
Well, we're feeling, I think, pretty confident, pretty good, pretty psyched up for it. It's been a great weekend, it's Bloodstock, always a great weekend, great community, everyone getting together, metal community in the best way that you can, really.
Although for me, that's unfortunately planning to see bands and then missing them.
There is always that.
Yeah, you've got to get your press in and everything as well while you're here, haven't you, really?
Absolutely.
It can be quite hectic, can't it, when you're trying to promote everything as well.
It's a good schmooze.
A good schmooze. So if people are listening to this interview and they've never heard of you before, I want you to just describe yourselves and what you do.
I think with a Flamebearer show that you're going to expect a lot of energy, a lot of crowd interaction. We just want to get in there, make people happy, get people going, having a great time.
It's high energy. We're sort of doom-ish, but we're quite high energy. So there's a lot of Sabbath-y kind of stuff going on, but it's high energy. Yeah, rock and roll, heavy metal, rock and roll, you name it.
It's keeping, it's got those doom tropes. We've got those kind of riffs, the big riffs, but with a bit more to it, rather than just moping around. We want to get people moving. Absolutely.
I think Bloodstock's a good place for that. People don't want to listen to the same death metal, the same black metal. They want a bit of something in between that they can have a bit of a groove to.
That's it, and especially, not without kind of getting too maudlin, but it's been a rough few years for everyone, and getting together at a place like Bloodstock Open Air, it's a great opportunity for people to just leave stuff behind and get together, have a good time, and throw themselves into it. And again, with what's going on in the country and what's going on at the moment,
I think we could talk about that to the council.
Yeah, it's probably best that we don't, I think.
But I think a good thing we can say about it is at least all of us here are looking at what we've got in common rather than what we haven't.
Absolutely, and that's the important thing. We always have to remember what unites us and rather than what divides us.
Just ask yourself, what would Geezer Butler do?
Really, a t-shirt. I think one of those actually.
WWGBD.
Yeah.
There you go.
So have you got some new material out? Anything in the pipeline?
So we have the album released digitally on CD. We're hoping to get that on vinyl release, but we're playing a new song tomorrow because we wrote a song a few days ago and we're like,
that is going to work. That is going to work. Let's do it.
I think the technical term was, ooh.
Yeah.
Ooh. So we're like, let's do that. Why not? I mean, I'd imagine most people here won't know who we are, so they won't be going, oh, they've not played that song. They'll be like, ooh.
I think that's the danger when people know your stuff. They can sometimes feel like you should be playing it's their favourite.
That's true. That's really true. Yeah. So it's great. I think we're in a good position to be surprising enough to people, give them a little bit of, give them a flavour of what we do without them having to worry about, is that the hit, is that this, is that that, has that come from before? We can just go, right, this is it, this is who we are, and we're going to show you what we're all about.
It's like, have a big riff. Have another big riff.
What is that process like for you? 'Cause you just said you wrote a new song. Do you kind of all get together? Or
So
a lot of people who are spread out across the country now sending each other tapes for recording. Are you still old school in the studio? Do you go for it?
Absolutely.
basically what I do is I noodle on guitar, just record stuff, like not even like I just like put the phone on the voice note, jung 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 jung, send it in, and then if people go, ooh,
Yeah, that one's good.
It's got
Let's try that.
Yeah, and then we just jam it in the rehearsal room.
Yeah,
So
we'll all get together, see how it feels when you've got everyone going together. You know, you've got a guitar line already.
Yeah.
I'll get something that works on bass.
Yeah.
We'll get a drum beat that works, and then Andy, our singer, he will just like
take his t-shirt off and run
He'll
around.
take, oh mate, t-shirt straight off. It's barely even on by the time he even gets to rehearsal. But no, we'll go, and he'll just like, right, okay, here's something we want to try. He'll come out with a melody, you know, and maybe the lyrics won't work at that point, but it's something. It's like, this is how it needs to sound, and then we go from there.
So have you got anything else, any dates lined up the rest of the year that people can catch you at?
yeah, so a couple of weeks' time we're playing 25th of this month, The Obsessed, at the Underworld,
Camden.
yeah. Then 14th in Chelmsford Rock City.
Yeah.
I can't remember the name of the venue.
It's
something.
Radio City Social.
Radio City
in
Social.
Chelmsford.
Dunes and the Grey. And
Yeah,
then
that's going to be great.
Yeah.
That's going to be really good. Small venue. It's like a little tap room with bands playing. It's got a really cool vibe. Really good guys that run it as well.
Yeah.
And is there anyone you're particularly looking forward to watching this weekend?
Forbidden. You know it.
And
Yes.
it's not blood, but we've had to scream now. Woo! I can't believe I just did that.
I love it.
We were there the first time.
We're old thrashers, you see. Old school thrash. So yeah.
But I mean, there's already been some great bands on already. Obviously, you've got Green Lung. We're going to want to reckon those fucking, those guys from London, our boys. We've got Warp Stormer on, I think, on Sunday as well. And we've all got a connection between those bands. So
Bloody missed Green. I saw them a couple of weeks ago.
Yeah.
They were great. I saw them that
We did a really good opener with Forest Church Magazine.
Yeah.
That trio opener was actually
It was a great set. I've not heard a play set like that before as well, because they went slower as it went along, and they slowed it right down to the end and then brought it back, and it was incredible.
I think it's a really good time for British metal, actually.
Absolutely, it really is. I think we've had a little bit of a downtime for the past, maybe even the past decade, really. That's not to say there hasn't been some good stuff out there, but there's been a real resurgence, and I think the important thing is the scenes, especially local scene. I mean, I'm talking for London, especially. There's a lot of good stuff going on there at the minute, and it's good when we've got like London Doom Collective, and we're all like scratching each other's backs, helping each other out, and it's a real good time. You can go out basically pretty much any week and see maybe a Doom show, Stoner show, an old school heavy metal show.
keeping me busy. I'm playing in 2 bands, so it's like.
Are you ever not playing more than one band though, Al?
I've been playing in bands for a while. But yeah, doing 2 bands, so gigging quite regularly with the both of them, recording and all
And
that.
that shows that you're both, and other people think people still got that passion, even though they've been in the business a while, to kind of
A while.
being polite about our age,
Don't be.
We had a big one this year, so I'm still quite open.
I don't know. I still think if you was a teenager, like.
I love you.
Because you haven't changed.
You still got the passion. Leave with you still got the passion for it. You still want to see that band up on the big stage, but you still want to go to the pub around the corner and see the newest thing.
Exactly.
And that's so important nowadays.
100%. You've got to do that. You've got to, that's how scenes get, become a thing. You've got to go around there. You've got to have the passion for it. Go around and see those bands.
Even though we've got the internet stuff, I think it's really difficult for new bands now.
Because there's so few, so many of the venues that we grew up with. The other day I walked past Borderline, the Marquee and the Astoria, where they were, and it's just like just walking past the Marquee, just thinking about us outside, and then you kicking Tim, and people stage diving off the bus stop.
There's a lot to be said for that grassroots tape trading, back to vinyl again. There's a lot to be said for it, isn't it? I think it's really important.
That's it. It's like we've all got a lot of access to music nowadays, obviously on your streaming platforms, but it's very oversaturated and it's very hard to make a mark.
Get in there, isn't it?
Yeah, absolutely.
But
That's
the prices, like you were saying about seeing bands at big stages, and you go to a gig and it's like 25 quid for a pub gig. How can you afford all that? When I saw Priest a few months ago and it was amazing, and I only went last minute because I found a cheap ticket, in inverted commas, for like 80 quid, and that was a cheap ticket. It's like, how many gigs can you afford at that price? When new records are like 40 quid, I've still got my records with their $5.99 price labels, and the second-hand ones I've got records with like £2.50, and
Reckless records.
Oh, Reckless, not tape exchange. Cheapos and Steve Sounds, just that thing of going through and finding those £2 records, those gems, and those records that I paid £2.50 for and they're now like 200 quid. It's like, who can afford all this?
Let's hope this resurgence keeps going. You guys and other bands can follow it, and I think it's about having that hands down for everyone, isn't it?
If they're following me, they best not nick my chips. That's what I'm saying.
Well, it was great to talk to you both. We look forward to seeing you tomorrow.
Thank you so much. It's been great
At
to
the front, both Manowar.
Total. Real men play on 10.
Yeah, I'm never going to turn down again. I made a rock and roll sin when I tried giving in to make money. I had to turn down low. They said, "Why be proud? Don't play so loud." Be like, I'm not saying that I could quote Manowar lyrics all day,
But he will. He will ad infinitum. Believe me.
Oh, I will. And
So we'll catch you tomorrow. Take care.
Thanks for listening. Make sure you keep up to date with future episodes by subscribing to our channels. For more information on this podcast, or for all the latest music news, reviews, interviews and more, head over to our website www.therazorsedge.rocks.